Boston Celtics. Isaiah Thomas back in town, taking on K.Walker and the C's. Here's Kemba. Little Euro step, sure. And one. Boston up 24-18. Best record in the league coming in. Winners of 8 in a row. Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal is going to wind up like top 3 in the league in scoring with maybe his worst shooting percentage of his career.
That's a great point.
They just need him to, they need offense from him.
That's right. Speaking of offense, Tatum found his back tonight after struggling the other night.
Oof, struggling doesn't even. 1 for what? 18? Yeah. He had 23 in this game. Boston only up by 2 at the half.
Oh, cookies.
Carson Edwards with the steal. Career high 18 for him, the rookie out of Purdue. Beal pulls up and knocks down the 3. Here's the former Celtic. Still popular in Boston.
Yeah.
Gets the bucket and the foul.
He'll be loved those couple years.
And then Rui Hachimura, the rookie, with 21 on the night. Boston only up by 7, but it's late. Kemba.
It's Kemba time. Catch and shoot.
25, 5, and 5. Celtics have won 9 in a row, and they put up 140 on the night.
Man.
Against the Washington Wizards. Beal, 44 on 17 of 27 shooting. Actually, the shooting numbers are pretty good tonight. Less so on the season. So that's what they need from him on a nightly basis. Struggling Spurs. We just heard from Andrew Wiggins a few minutes to go here on Game Time. Here's Wiggins, who looks like a different player this season.
Yeah, Matt, just real confident in what he's doing, getting to the basket, catching and shooting, playing deep. Everything about his game is a whole nother level.
Oft criticized during his career that he basically wasn't living up to his prodigious talent, but he's showing it this year. How about DeMar DeRozan? That's clever stuff on DeRozan, who had 27. Jeff Teague missed 4 games with an illness. He was back and setting up Jake Layman, who was a factor in this game late in the third quarter. Teague drives, hits the floater. He had 18 and 6 assists. 6 seconds left in the quarter. It's Wiggins for 3. Cat loving that.
Yeah.
And he was pretty good on the floor as well.
In the block.
28 and 11 for Karl Anthony Towns. Late, it's the rookie, Jared Culver.
I like it, young fella.
What is happening?
I like it.
To the San Antonio Spurs.
It's funky in San Antonio right now.
29. They've lost 5 of their last 6. Minnesota's won 3 of 4. Wiggins goes for 30 for the 4th time in the last 5 games. Also has his 2nd longest streak of 25-point games in his NBA career. 6 in a row now. Thursday night on TNT, Kristaps Porzingis, for the first time, plays at Madison Square Garden as an opponent. He and the Mavericks take on the Knicks in what he expects to be a, quote, weird game. Also expects to be booed by the Knicks crowd. Nets and Nuggets as Brooklyn continues their road trip out west. Late night coverage starts here with the warm-up at 6 Eastern. Champions 5-game Western Conference road swing takes them to Portland. Good one going there, 72-71 in the third quarter. 22 points for Fred VanVleet. Rodney Hood, back after missing a couple of games with back spasms, leads the Blazers with 20. And we send it out to Kevin Calabro and Lamar Hurd.
And fills it up.
It gives you a smile. He's feeling it.
23 for Rodney, 5 of 8 from three-point range. $14 points in the quarter for Rodney Hood. A whistle on a foul on the Blazers. Nasir Little.
He just floated into that. Took that last dribble. Gathered. Doesn't Rodney smile just make you smile a little bit?
I'm grinning.
It makes you happy.
VanVleet off the screen, a leap and lean. VanVleet, after that baseline runner, he follows that with a triple. He's got 25 tonight. He's hit 3 threes. VanVleet 10 points over his season average. He has scored 10 in the quarter. Simons. Whiteside crumples to the floor, hit 2 guys clinging to him. Hollis Jefferson finally dragged him down, and a foul on Toronto.
Inside position. You always battle for that inside position, unless the guy you're squabbling with down there trying to get that box out advantage is already underneath the rim. In that case, you don't mind standing behind him.
Not much he can do there, huh? Dame trying to feed to Whiteside, broken up. He got it back, and then the Raptors with 2.2 on the shot clock, foul.
Terry Stotts and the Blazers wanting shots, saying Damian was shooting, but the foul does take place before he goes into the shot.
And it does put Toronto at the limit of 4. Well, at least that's what they're indicating on the board. On the inbounds, Blazers go to work. Lillard doubled.
Nice pass.
Finds Little for 3, closing out on him and blocking it. Siakam. Little gets it back. He's just going to try to throw it on Gasol. Takes a long kick. He comes over and slaps it away from Van Vliet. He tumbles to the floor and ties up Davis.
Bodies everywhere. Believe in that game? Bodies all over the floor.
The hustling, the scrambling, the scrapping, man.
Come on, Steve Timlin. You see what was happening out there? It was mayhem.
They're out there hustling. I love it.
Guess we'll find out later. Portland leads at 75-74. Rodney Hood, 5 of 8 from three-point range now, 8 of 12. He's missed a couple of games with back spasms, and we saw what happened with Portland with the L.A. Clippers when they played there, what was that, Monday night, 2 nights ago. They had 10 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
As great as Damian Lillard is, they become a little predictable late in games if they don't have other scorers on the floor. How much is riding on, it's not fair to him, but Rodney Hood to be another scorer for this team off the bench?
Well, Matt, believe it or not, it is kind of fair to him because he got his opportunity. We got traded there last year in the playoffs. He had that stint. They re-signed him over the summer, so they're hoping he can be that third scorer consistently all season long. To your point, we know Dame and CJ, they're going to do their thing. Certain nights they're not going to shoot the ball well, but they have to be in attack mode to keep the defense on their heels so when they draw and kick, guys ready to shoot the basketball. Very similar to Bazemore the other night, knocking down corner threes. Those two guys have to make shots if we really want to take Portland serious, getting back into the playoffs and making a run at it.
I think the Bazemore-Evan Turner trade really made a lot of sense for both teams.
Yes,
it's
it really
one of those
did.
where you see the logic in it for both teams because they really do need other scorers out there. This is a Portland team kind of biding their time in some ways. They got to stay in the playoff hunt between now and whenever Yusuf Nurkic comes back, which is maybe February. But they've got to find other ways to close out games and generate offense beyond just Dame Lillard and C.J. McCollum.
And last but not least, Matt, Whiteside, somehow you have to figure out to get motivated and show us that guy you showed us 3 or 4 years ago when you got that big contract. Defensively, he has to be that presence to block a few shots, get those 20 rebound type games when the offense is not flowing. If he can do that, Matt, to your point, yes, they can be afloat until Nurkic gets back, and then you say this team is formidable to make a possible run.
Meanwhile, it's another grinded-out game for the Raptors, who really ground with the L.A. Clippers the other night. And they're shooting 38% at the moment, scoring 74 points at this point. This is all in the context of one of those West Coast trips. You know what those are. If you're coming east to west for 5 games, which usually means like 9 days, 10 days, what is that like to get yourself prepared for that 3rd or 4th game of the West Coast trip?
That is the hardest part, Matt. That 3rd, 4th, and sometime that 5th game, you've been on the road 10 or 12 days, you're looking at your bag and all the dirty clothes, you just want to get home. So when teams figure out a way to muster up enough energy to play that defense, to close out a tough road trip, you really feel good about yourself traveling back home.
By the way, are you sold on Pascal Siakam as a lead scorer on a contending sort of team? 36% shooting the last couple of games on this trip, and he's 6 of 18 tonight.
I'm sold from the standpoint, Matt, that he's given the effort. I think he's trying to figure out now is when do I need to really shoot, or when am I really just setting my teammates up? And that's that second stage of being a true superstar, is when to make your teams better. He's learned that, to your point.
And remember, the Raptors are still playing without Kyle
They're playing great
Lowry,
basketball, but
still playing without Serge Ibaka.
Yeah, so you give them credit, they're still winning.
And without OG Anunoby tonight, and they're still winning games. They've been one of the great surprises of the season so far at 7-3. We'll keep an eye on that game and the one happening in Los Angeles, where the Warriors trail by 20. This is LeBron James. You've probably heard of him.
A little fadeaway, keep your dribble alive.
Probably familiar with his work. 23, 4, and 11 assists so far. mano-a-mano, chest-to-chest, poster-worthy slam dunk. And there have been so many great ones over the years. Guys like Vince Carter and Blake Griffin could have their own lists. That may be a show later in the season. I don't know. But for you, what comes to mind when you think poster dunk?
Matt, the Dr. J. Cooper, that's our era. I mean, Dominique, being around the Hawks as a kid with Tech. But that Sean Kemp over Lister, it's just like it's like he just came out of nowhere and then dunked it and landed on it and then points at him. It's like, what? Look at that, man. And, no, don't stare at him. Oh, don't just stare at him down. It's like, this is incredible. This angle right here, this is a cup dunk. And he looks at him like today he might get a tech for doing that. Yeah. That's just fun to do. And come on, it's the Rain Man.
The Lister Blister.
Oh, I like that. Oh, give me some. I like that, man.
I didn't make that up. That's what they called it.
I never heard that before. All these years.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious, man. I'm dead serious.
Oh, they've been calling that forever.
Oh, I love it.
Blister.
I love it. I love it. And of course, playing against his airness, him in Madison Square Garden, going baseline over Patrick Ewing.
Yep.
That right there, because it was like, where's Mike gonna set the play up? No, where you going, Starks? I'm going back door. And then Mike gives you one of those little stares, too. Like, I'm not going to point at you because you shouldn't have rotated.
Yeah.
Oh, no, too late. And then chest to chest.
Patrick
over
was left tongue out to dry, by the way. He had no shot there.
He had no shot at all.
MJ had all the momentum. He'd already gotten past two defenders, and all of a sudden Patrick had to step up.
He was stuck because Patrick's so used to blocking shots. He's like, I know that's Mike. I should go. Oh, I'm too late.
Yeah. You know what immediately came to mind for me? 2007 playoffs, the Golden State Warriors and the Utah Jazz, Baron Davis against Andre Kirilenko.
BD, that's right.
Now,
yes, great call.
Game 3 of that series. Remember, the Warriors had beaten the Mavericks as an 8th seed in the first round. Then they took on the Jazz in the semifinals.
Well, you sure? There you go. I got a bad back. He said, I got a bad back.
and what I remember about it more than anything was the reaction to that unbelievable Oakland crowd that the Warriors have had for so many years. And that was, even though it was the only game of the series they won, that to me stands out just for the atmosphere and the way people reacted to it. They won that game.
And as you always say, that was a guard dunking on a big fella, too.
That's big game hunting.
There you go.
Kirilenko goes about 6'9" or so.
Man.
The list coming your way at 5:30 Eastern time on Monday, and maybe this will make the list.
Oh, wait a minute, man. Where'd you find that at? Oh, Matt, that's my only one.
You had to have somebody else.
Oh, that's big Gales over 7 footers. Sorry, Matt Geiger. That's tech on tech crime.
Georgia
yes, baby. Yes, upstairs. Way to find that, baby. Way to find that.
You want to reproduce that right now?
No, man. Mode. No, I can't do that, right? I might tear something if I try to recreate that.
You know what? That's why we have videotape. Doc Rivers somewhere still arguing. More on him when we continue.